When I say I flew out my chair and smashed into the nearest gas station and blew up with how excited I was about seeing some news on Arknights Endfield, eyewitnesses had to call the Coast Guard, first responders, firefighters, and the military to determine whether or not what just happened was a strategic attack on the country and needed to determine whether or not civilians were injured. This is the only other game that I have been looking forward to aside from Ananta when it came to gacha games. I even asked you guys on my last Arknights video, I think, to let me know what the lore was of Arknights if you ended up knowing it. A motherfucker was genuinely gonna sit there and read it all too. Seeing that trailer pop up on their channel reminded me that motherfucking gacha developers can indeed lock the fuck in. And I hope and pray to God I get let into that damn beta test so I can start pumping out more videos with harder pumps than a hentai protagonist. Judging from what I saw, we on some planetary colonization shit. The character designs look so cool, the MC genuinely looks like someone I would keep on a main team like Rover with how good they look. I don't know much about Griffline, maybe I'm getting hyped for no reason, but from what I heard, it's a colonizing base builder with fairly cool looking combat with all of your characters out at the same time on some ether gazer shit, but you actually get to traverse around in levels and a world and even switch between the characters, I believe. I get to sit there and imagine a better version of Mass Effect Andromeda in anime form. I get to sit there and watch my entire team just straight up jump somebody, just jump a random enemy, just run up on them, and all of us just start beating they fucking ass. Just each and every one of my characters just straight up making him eat the dirt. Oh, shit is gonna be insane. Insanely fun, that is. But speaking of Andromeda, I don't know what they were thinking if they thought Andromeda was gonna be as good as the original trilogy to Mass Effect. But hey, I still beat that joint a couple times so I could form an opinion and I could say that that shit was genuinely a 2-pack of ass. So I sit here and ask myself, these enemies and these characters all look good. Is this the gacha that I've been looking forward to and wanting all along in terms of visuals and potentially the story? I love sci-fi and this has gotta be it. Right? Nah, but look at my ass. I need to calm down and start talking about these points in a more cohesive and coherent manner. I'm getting more excited than SpongeBob waking up in the morning to flip a damn Krabby Patty. Damn! So what do I even want to talk about first? Okay, let's cover the visuals we saw and that star set music we heard. Yeah, don't think I ain't noticed. Y'all motherfuckers ain't slick. I've been listening to my demons for like almost 10 years now. Don't play with me. When that music hit, my body couldn't help but to convulsively start headbanging to some star set. Look, Kendrick Lamar and rock music are the two main ways you could get Ragashu DB to lock the fuck in, chief. On God, for real. Had me telling the trailer itself that is not enough. It's not enough. Hearing that was already good enough for me. But real Shoe Gang members know when it comes to sci-fi or space fantasy, I am like a drooling, slobbering, starving dog that you're holding up a meat slab in front of while you got me behind the cage in my enclosure. You show me a cool sci-fi or space fantasy genre in general, I'ma get butt naked.
Oh yeah, by the way, chat, in about 6 months, I'm gonna do a butt naked live stream.
Seeing the frames of the planetary horizons, seeing the ship flying above that landscape, seeing the different environments and what seems like different weather biomes is so cool. I have a feeling that we're going to be in for some absolutely stunning in-game visuals and outstanding cutscenes. If they got Starset playing music, I can only imagine what the in-game music will be like. Man, this game genuinely got me tweaking for real. And you know what? If the game ends up being bad, I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'ma just bow out, keep it pushing, and go back to playing my non-gachas. Cause I ain't gonna lie, none of these gacha games are really hitting for me right now. for the exception of Zenless Zone Zero a little bit, believe it or not, and I quit quite literally everything except for that, Wuthering Waves, and PGR. And even then, I barely sign into PGR anymore unless it's to look at my absolute favorite character across all of Gacha, Alpha. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the characters and their designs. Now, I've always been a firm believer that character designs don't gotta be over the top as if you use Donald Trump's income to craft the outfit or nothing like that. I think that simple yet effective designs are more times than not the superior designs. But of course, it all depends on the patch, the state of the character, and the circumstance of the character along with their background or even their culture. Judging from what I saw though, I am really fucking with these designs much harder than I was originally anticipating. Need to have that dragon girl in my life for real if I'm being honest. Motherfuckers are giving me a slightly smaller Nihilister and I'm with it 100%, 1000%.
I mean that with 100%, with 1000%.
In my personal opinion, these designs are indeed simple but very effective. The way the enemies also look very interesting with their movesets that seem like they could be very impactful, the environments in which you're fighting. Some of these potentially normal enemies or bosses look very spacious, leaving you with plenty of room to perform different special combinations, amongst other sort of teamwork kind of things. And speaking of its combat, I don't know much about what the combat could be. I only have clips I saw almost a year ago to go off of, and I don't exactly remember what it was that I saw, but I feel like character synergies seems like a major aspect of the game and its combat. The combat doesn't seem extremely fast paced, but it doesn't seem slow either. And I feel like character positioning is going to be extremely important, especially so considering the first Arknights game was essentially a tower defense game with keen importance on positioning from what I remember. So I don't doubt that the latter half of the aspect of the first game would still be prevalent in their second game. Thank God it isn't tower defense though. The only tower defense game I care about is motherfucking Bloons Tower Defense 2. I'm being real. But let me stop yapping as I have no further idea what else could be in or about this game. I'm calling all Arknights fans to go ahead into the comments to educate me on this potential peak I've been looking closely into for a while now. You know, even though I took a break from looking into it, you know, it's still always hype to be able to see more Endfield news. And it's funny because every time I think about Arknights Endfield or wonder, damn, when's Endfield gonna drop? Or damn, when is it that I'm gonna be able to see this? When is it that I'm gonna be able to see that? When is it that I'm gonna experience this? Or if I decide to make a video every once in a blue moon, it seems like Griffline or Hypergriff or whatever it is they're called is just looking out through those drones that have been flying around America recently. It's like, oh look, this motherfucker Ragashu talking about our game again. Let's go ahead and drop some shit since he decided to open his mouth and talk about our game real quick. They got me sitting here like, damn, y'all just dropped the game already? God damn, I've been hearing rumors that the game is already finished. I've been hearing rumors that the game is already done, fam. I'm just so very excited about this whole situation, about this whole thing. I just cannot wait to get my hands on this game. It's honestly going to be a breath of fresh air, I feel like. I have a good feeling. And I usually don't have good feelings about gacha games. The last time I had a good feeling about a gacha game was Wuthering Waves. And that shit turned into a dating simulator real fucking quick. And I don't care what none of you motherfuckers say. I don't want to hear it. Got my ears plugged. That shit has turned into Wuthering Dating Sim. Like, come on now. That's literally what it's become. Don't play with me. I'm really hoping that Renacita brings the heat. But as things are looking right now, Endfield just took the #1 spot for most anticipated game that I am looking for. That is a gacha, and I just can't wait. Oh my god. Anyway, like I said, I think I might genuinely be more excited for Endfield than Ananta, and Ananta has a lot of stuff that I like. I hope that both games end up being good, but Endfield might be the game I decide I want to make consistent content on. Let me know what y'all think though. Let us know down below how you feel about what we just saw in terms of the trailer. But obviously, of course, regardless of who you are, I want you all to take care and peace.